So originally this was going to be a vlog where I chronicled a month of trying to replace the time I spent scrolling on TikTok. I'd seen other videos where someone replaced all of their screen time with reading, but as someone who literally does social media as their 9-to-5 job and would still like to be able to afford rent and maybe food as a treat, I settled on replacing the one app that I don't use for work. To set the terms, I spend about an hour and 45 minutes a day on the app, in the morning before work and in the evening before bed. I need to replace that time with reading at any point during the day. Already, this feels like a big ask because I only have so much free time, and I spend it doing a lot of other things like editing these videos or watching movies with my roommates or seeing friends. But of course, the Capricorn moon in me needs to make it even more challenging. I decided I'm going to do it for 30 days because I read somewhere once that that's how long it takes to make a habit, and really, that's what all this is about actually making a habit of picking up a book instead of using it as something I do for content or with a goal in mind. So I had a vision for this vlog. I was going to give daily updates about my progress, track if I'd read it or not, talk about the books I was reading, but after the first week, I realized why people tend to only do these kinds of challenges for a week. So I learned maybe to not plan a video that requires that extensive of a period of filming time, but I also learned some other things about my current lack of reading habits, things that made shifting towards something that was more sustainable and consistent a little easier. So I'm making a video about that instead. First, set realistic goals. I started off wanting to completely replace my TikTok time, but that really wasn't realistic. Instead of replacing both my morning and evening scrolls, which accumulate to about the hour and a half I said, it was easier to replace a half an hour in the evening because that was the time I could commit to. It was just enough to feel like I had accomplished something while not being too much time to chip away from other things I enjoy doing. Plus, my phone needs to charge anyway. Make it easy to build into your existing routine. I tried reading at different times throughout the month, whether that was with my roommates in the living room after work or in the morning or at night, and I found that nighttime was the right time for me. Of course, I couldn't just schlep away for 2 hours in the evening because of my current dinner time routine, because I used to edit videos, just generally because I only have so much time to myself, and I didn't want to spend it all reading. But I could say I'll read before bed, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Choose the books that you're actually vibing with. It shouldn't be a surprise or a shocker, but you're more willing to read a book if you're actually enjoying it. I found it harder to pick up books that were mid or just weren't right for me at that moment because it almost felt like a chore. I do like reading with purpose sometimes, like for book clubs or for a video, but I'll always make the most time for reading when I'm in the middle of a book I'm actually enjoying and want to keep picking back up. So I'm going to try to listen to my brain a little more when I'm in between obligation books to find one that fits my current mood. Shift from a productivity mindset to a self-care mindset. At some point, reading for me became something that I had to be productive at. It was a part of making videos, but also a part of work and part of book clubs. I needed to recenter that yes, while I do enjoy sometimes reading to create other content, the act of picking up a book and signing offline was a little bit of self-care for me. I needed to stop making it something to check off of my to-do list and just something that I like doing for myself again. And finally, some days are just not going to be reading days. Whether it's because I have social plans that mean I want to sleep as soon as I get home, or because I want to binge the latest season of a Netflix show instead of reading a few nights, I need to allow the ebb and flow of life to happen instead of getting stuck on the fact that I didn't read for the allotted time in the evening. Being a reader doesn't mean having to read every day. There's no set amount of books you have to read as an online book creator, or as a reader in general. Reading isn't any more morally superior to watching TV. I'm engaging the stories in the way my brain wants to at that time. And sometimes that means reality TV, and sometimes it means an essay collection. Do what works for the moment. And as far as how the 30 days went, I finished 3 books. Chain of Iron, Yinza Where's Your Husband, and Ice Planet Barbarian. They made up about 1,000 pages, which is about 16 hours and 45 minutes of reading. Nowhere near my original goal of 52 and a half hours, which even saying that number feels kind of ridiculous. But hey, I've already finished 2 other books since finishing my so-called challenge, so I'd say that's progress. This has been a lovely ASMR video recording by me. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, let me know if you guys have any tips yourself about how to read more, or just how to read and enjoy it. That sounds weird because I do enjoy reading, but like, to not make it something that I do because I have to instead of because I want to, you know? Okay, bye.